Welcome everybody. I am today going to be reviewing these three notebooks that are my favorite drawing notebooks. I have the Canson Mixed Media XL, I have the Field Notes Signature Edition, and I have the Moleskine Watercolor Album. The points I'm going to be covering in this video are size, paper quality, and build quality, and what I like about each. So, without further ado, let's get started. It's bloody hot. The first notebook we're going to be reviewing today is the Canson Mixed Media XL. This is a fairly large notebook. It comes in at around 7 by 10 inches, and it's a little big, but not too big. It still fits in pretty much every single backpack you have. You're not going to fit this thing in your pocket, like, obviously. That's not fitted in your pocket. The paper is pretty darn good. I'd say it's not as good as the other notebooks I'm reviewing today, but it's still up to par with them in that it's thick. It's about 98 pounds. It has 160 grams per meter squared, which means pretty good, not bad. It also is made specifically for acrylic, watercolor, and pencil and pen. So it has a pretty wide range of uses. It's not just struck down to a single use. It has 60 sheets of it, and being versatile, you're gonna be using those sheets for a lot of different things if you choose this notebook. The build quality is great. The cardboard is really thick. It's thicker than most cardboard I've seen on notebooks, and it's bound by this wiring down here. This is the only thing that makes me question the build quality, because it moves a lot. I would be curious to see long term if this wiring pops off some of the pages, because I'm pretty sure in here, yeah, in the back, if you look right there, you can see it kind of goes around and it hugs it. It's not a full circle. The next notebook I have today is the Field Notes Signature Edition. This is a small notebook. You're gonna be able to take this thing everywhere. This is the size of 4 1/4 inches by 6.5 inches. So you can fit this in your back pocket. Some people's phones are just about as big as this. The paper is 70-T. I don't know what that translates to in terms of pounds or grams per meter squared, but just know it's 70-T. Very silky smooth. It's bright white paper, Strathmore branded actually. It's not Copic proof or waterproof or anything like that, so it's mainly kind of stuck to just pens and stuff. As you can see, I did try to do a Copic drawing, but it went straight through to the other side, so I kind of got a copy. If you want to make copy drawings, you could totally do that with this one. Build quality is fantastic. I just need to read you the specifications. If you look in the back, there's specifications and they tell you how it's made. It's proudly printed, and when I mean proudly printed, I mean proudly printed. They literally say this: bound with Coates doll-coated C8167 natural thread on the Smith Fresia sewing machine and Moeller Martini Norm binder at Harris Bindery, Downers Grove, Illinois. Now, my final notebook today, my favorite one that I use the most often, is the Moleskine Watercolor Album. This is a pretty good size. It's right in between these two, so if you see, it kind of makes a sandwich with these. This one being medium about. So you're not going to fit it in your pocket, but you are going to fit it into small backpacks that you maybe want to take with you to the park or something like that. This is 5 by 8 1/4 inches, and the paper is cold pressed watercolor paper. This is why it's my favorite. It has by far the best paper. It's 135 pounds with, I think it's 200 grams per meter squared. So that's thick. And if I were to compare it to something, I'd compare it to the cover of the Field Notes Signature Edition. The paper in this notebook is about as thick as the cover on the Field Notes. It's very gritty. If you can see, it has like lots of pock marks on it. It is watercolor paper after all. It is not Copic proof, however. Again, you can see that this is Copic right here. It goes straight through to the other side. It is fantastic with watercolor though. This is watercolor and this is also watercolor, and I did it on the same page. So if you flip it back and forth, you can see it didn't really interfere with the other side at all. The build quality is also really good. It's 2 pieces of cardboard bound together with this little hinge right here, held together by this little elastic strip that's bound underneath the cover here. And this cardboard is layered with faux leather, fake leather, however you want to say it. and it's bound inside with these little paper tabs right here, if I can show you, right there. So that's all of my suggestions for good notebooks. We have Canson Mixed Media XL as number 3, the Field Note Signature Edition as number 2, and the Watercolor Album from Moleskine as number 1. All of the links to these notebooks will be in the description. And also, if you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask me in the comments. Peace.